Okay, so we're halfway through the season. Does anybody want their grades? Come on, Zach. Come on, man. I see you. Just come on. I know you're 1-5. You feel like you've made some good trades. You feel like your team should be better. I mean, look, it's projected pretty well week over week, but just it's simply not cutting it, man. 1-5. You're about one loss away from your team having that nail in the coffin. You got to go on a run. But for now, got to give you a D. Okay, so before you say anything, I have the third most points scored, and I have 58 more points scored against me. This happens all the time. We talk about it. I am cursed. I'm cursed. Austin, I know. I feel like we're a broken record at this point. You have the most points scored against you. But your team really just kind of isn't that good. I mean, it sort of looks good on paper, but then you look at it and your wide receivers are kind of a hodgepodge group of guys on bad teams, and Eckler and Kelsey are probably untradeable players, but you're starting A.J. Dillon still. He has no ceiling. Absolutely none. Just floor. Just floor. That's why you're 2-5, man, and I gotta be honest, I gotta give you a D too. It's looking pretty bad out there. Tinsley, I don't even know what your team is. You don't have a quarterback, not a real one. Your wide receivers are a bunch of dudes who, if they get a touchdown, great. You're starting Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard. You might be 3-4, man, but you are literally 200 points different between the top team and you. If you win any more games, it's going to be out of pure luck like it has been. Now, Kenneth Walker, he's showing up. I mean, he might be pretty good for you going on the rest of the year. But, man, one team, one guy is not going to carry it. I got to give it an F. I'm seeing Sacco bound here. F. Whatever, man. Kenneth Walker's RB1 in my book anyway. You saw that win. Haters going to hate. Walker, I look at your team and I just see so much wasted potential for the third year in a row. All of your players are supposed to get 15, 16, 20 points a week on projection. And when you look at it, you're like, oh, how am I going to beat that team? But, I mean, it's not looking like it's that hard. I mean, I'll give you a C. A C because your team still looks good. I think you'll probably make the playoffs, but execution just kind of not been there. So you're grading my team poorly because I happen to lose some games despite the fact that I have this incredible roster. Look, you don't have the algorithm. Checkmate. Aha. Looky here. Nick. Just when you think he's out, you think he's down, he's just good again. It was 0-3, 1-4, couldn't score a point, team looked like trash. Then he makes a trade and boom, back again. Oh. Although it is a little weird. You've got 3 quarterbacks on roster. It doesn't really make sense. Give one up, brother. But I gotta say, after what was an F performance to begin with, you really turned it into a B. Good job.
Hey, yo, lesson here, babe. You come at the king, you best not miss.
Bozier. We gotta have a talk, dude. You're doing so good. So good. You were having like an A+ first quarter. Your team was rolling. Your draft was doing great. You made sort of a questionable trade, but it was fine. It was all working out. And then you traded for a running back, what you needed. A guy that was already going to go on the bench for Elijah Mitchell even before the Christian McCaffrey trade. And you gave up Patrick Mahomes to do so. And now I look at your team and I'm like, I don't even know who you got. You and Tinsley are sitting here like what are these trades even doing? I gotta say, man, at this point right now, I don't really see your team going anywhere, and I'm not going to give you an F because you've won some pretty impressive games, but D-. I mean, seriously, D-. Listen, I'm only one game out the playoffs right now, okay? Alex, what even is your team? 1 week it's 130 points, next week it's 80, you're getting blown out? What's going on? Dude, it's called strategy. I held on to those players. They're starting to pay off. Bro, it's called a really high ceiling for a reason. And sure, a really low floor, but what's not to like? All right, yeah, that's true, but I'm giving you an A for execution and holding on to that roster, but it's a B-, maybe C+ for execution. You guys are winning some games. David, I seem to have misplaced my report on you. Oh, here it is, the 450-page manual on how David Smith's team just keeps winning. I mean, I don't get it. It makes no sense. I'm looking in here and I'm like, okay, your roster is fine, but you just keep blowing everybody out by 20, 30, 40 points a week. It's impressive. It's incredible. A+. Ryan, you got to be super excited. You're 4-1 ever since that pitiful start to the beginning of the season, and really you just kind of had a dud game in there. Your team's looking really good. I'm thinking, yeah, I gotta give you like a B+. Whoa, what did you just say? Did you just give me a B? A B? Okay, I'll give you an A. Travis, let's play a game called I give you 2 cards and you give me 2 cards back. So if I'm hearing you right, I give you this one that I neither like nor care about, and you give me your 2. Okay, so you don't seem to totally understand the rules, and that's fine because no one seems to understand how to play the game with you either, and so they're just going to keep giving it to you anyway. So yeah, I'm going to give you an A+ for all those ridiculous trades that you've made in which every player that you've traded for, somehow the person ahead of them gets kicked off the team, or, you know, the guy gets traded to a better team for a better role, or whatever. Anyways, fine, A+ for building that roster, but you're getting a B because you should be in first place. Oh yeah, don't mind me. I'm just looking in the book of David Smith to figure out why Jake's team isn't in first place. It doesn't make sense. Every player on your team is incredible. Every single player on your team is better than like basically every player on the bottom 3 teams combined. It's just, I can't stop reading this thing. It's incredible. All right, if Travis is gonna make big trades, I'm gonna make a bigger one. Look, dude, yeah, probably still gonna win this whole thing. It'll be honestly an upset if you don't. You're sort of like Duke all those years where they should be number 1, but they just happen to lose a bunch of games in the ACC. Again, I'm giving you an A- because you should be undefeated. Rob, last week you said you were feeling like a tiger and the rest of the league is just yours to gobble up. But, you know, hey, you didn't have Cooper Kupp this weekend. I guess you see what it's like when you don't have him. Took a pretty bad loss. Unfortunately for the rest of us, this is the only week he's not going to have him. So, still in first place, got to go with an A+.
And you get killed by a tiger. And you get killed by a tiger in a zoo. And you get killed by a tiger in a zoo in San Francisco. I think God's will has been done for your life. I think that's exactly what was supposed to happen, and I think he wanted me to laugh about it a whole lot. That's what I think.